What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Destiny 2 Season of the Worthy video. And today's I'll be covering the Seventh Seraph Hand Cannon and how well it performs. Now, how to obtain this weapon, you can get it from a variety of activities in Season of the Worthy. The daily bunker that you can do on the 3 locations, the bounties, the Seraph Tower events. There's multiple ways to get this weapon. This does fall into the precision frame archetype of hand cannon, which is probably one of the most interesting considering the recoil pattern on these hand cannons is vertical. It does shoot faster, but that also means you do have less range and less damage versus other hand cannons. Going over PvE, I'm going to whip out the perk pool here to see what we get. I believe I have one of the better rolls on this hand cannon. I'm going to explain why for PvE after we go over the potential god roll that you can get on this weapon. Barrel-wise, I feel like barrel doesn't really matter. I would just cater to stability. Something like polygonal rifling would be nice. Magazine-wise, you do have a few options here. You have the choice of a pendant mag and something like extended mag, where you do get that increase to the magazine size. Only problem with extended mag, you lose on a reload, so you might need to compensate for that with perks or mods. Tactical mag and flared magwell aren't bad either. I would probably use one of those two there. And steady rounds, accurized rounds, I would leave those for PvP. And then you have the choice of drop mag and alloy mag. I don't know why I can't say those today. Don't know why. Which, you know, I feel like don't really matter in PvE. So I would say your top option would be something like a pendant mag or extended mag, and then go with something like tactical mag or flared magwell if you have that as an option. Going over trait column number 1. There are a few good perks here, in my opinion. Something like Threat Detector is nice. If you're near enemies, you basically get a bump to stability, handling, and reload, which for this hand cannon, it does cater to the little bit closer range, and being able to have a little more consistency and a faster reload speed on this weapon would be nice. Something like Ambitious Assassin would not be bad either. Get a bunch of kills, you reload, you have a bigger magazine size, which is nice. Ambitious Assassin, for me, is such an underrated perk, in my opinion. So I would probably go with that one first. You do have 4 times the charm, which basically at 4 headshots you get 2 back, which I really don't care about unless it's on a sniper or something. And the rest of the perks, they don't really matter for PvE. I would say probably your top option here would be something like Ambitious Assassin, and a very, very, very close to that would be Threat Detector. Now going over trait column number 2. We do have some options here. Something like Feeding Frenzy is good in general. Get a bunch of kills. Be able to reload on any kill. It's not like Outlaw where you have to get a headshot. You just get a kill. Let's see. Multi-kill clip. Multi-kill clip is fan-freaking-tastic. Okay, let's get that straight right off the bat. It's basically like kill clip, except you get multiple kills. Depending on how many kills you get, it can stack up to 3. And you get multi-kill clip times 3. You'll be able to pump out a lot of damage for a primary weapon here. Unfortunately, you can't use Feeding Frenzy and multi-kill clip because they're both in the same trait column, so kind of sucks. You do have the option of Vorpal Weapon, which isn't too bad. The other perks don't really matter in my opinion. I would say your top option here is multi-kill clip, and then maybe go with something like Feeding Frenzy or Vorpal Weapon. Now for mine, what I use for both PvE and PvP, I have Ambitious Assassin and multi-kill clip, so I do get a bunch of kills. And what I'm able to do is reload, have times 3 multi-kill clip, have a lot of damage, have more ammo in the magazine because I got a bunch of kills with it. So I feel like that's a very, very good combination in my opinion. Now going over something like PvP. The precision frame hand cannons have always been very interesting to me. Obviously in the current meta, the lightweight frame hand cannons take the cake, something like Dire Promise or Spare Rations, Thorn, Rose, weapons like that. But I feel like I always come back to the precision frame and be like, it is a little less damage, but I can be very consistent with this hand cannon. I did end up having a pretty solid roll on an Optative, which is an energy hand cannon. It came with rapid hit and kill clip. It was very, very good in PvP. And I just find myself coming back to these hand cannons just because they are consistent at a short to kind of a medium range, depending on your perk set here. But how well does it perform, in my opinion? I feel like it performs fairly well, but again, you definitely have to have the right perks, so let's whip out the perk pool here. You're definitely going to want to cater to range. So something like Hammerforge Rifling or Extended Barrel would be good. If you want stability, I'd go with Polygonal Rifling. Magazine-wise, you're going to want accurized rounds 100%, just for that increase to range. Since it is the precision frame hand cannon, you're already kind of at a disadvantage on the range front. I would say a second option would be steady rounds, only if you feel like the range is okay on this weapon. Now, going over trait column number 1, I feel like Ambitious Assassin is okay because the magazine on this thing isn't very big, and if you can get a kill and reload and have more ammo for the next fight, that would be pretty solid. They are recommending Firmly Planted, which essentially, if you crouch, you do get an increase to stability, and Firmly Planted is an interesting perk to me, just because I feel like people end up using it on different weapons, especially something like fusion rifles, but on hand cannons, this one specifically, since it is precision frame and it's mainly vertical recoil, being able to have that increased to stability can help a lot. It'll help make this hand cannon a lot more consistent. You can hit 4 headshots in a row a lot easier. So I would say your number 1 option here would be something like Firmly Planted. Maybe a second option would be something like Threat Detector or Ambitious Assassin. Threat Detector wouldn't be bad just because since it is kind of close range, if you're near enemies, you do get that boost to some of your stats, which is nice. Going over trait column number 2, I'm kind of torn on what to do here because multi-kill clip would obviously be nice. Being able to drop people in 3 headshots would be a lot easier than dropping them in 4 headshots, and being able to, you know, if you miss a headshot and hit a body shot, that's okay. If you do have that extra damage, you still be able to kill them fairly quickly. But then you also have something like Feeding Frenzy, which is nice. Being able to get that kill or reload very quick and hop into the next fight. Something like High Impact Reserves won't be bad either, considering the magazine size on this thing isn't huge. Being able to get to that bottom of the magazine faster, having those extra damage bullets would be pretty solid. They're recommending here Vorpal Weapon or the Timed Payload, which, you know, those are aggressively average, and I wouldn't go with those as your first option. You have Osmosis. Don't go with Osmosis. I guess they say that. I would say your top options here would be something like Multi-Kill Clip and Feeding Frenzy. One of the cool things with this being a 7th Seraph weapon, in PvE, it'll actually spawn Warmind cells. So if you're using a Warmind cell build, you'll be able to access more Warmind cells, essentially. Going over my final thoughts, is this the best PvE and PvP hand cannon in the archetype? I, unfortunately, do not think so. Bungie has been changing the perk set around to where you can't get 100% God rolls anymore in both, well, essentially what would be both PvE and PvP. So it is kind of unfortunate that Feeding Frenzy and Multi-Kill Clip don't come in separate columns, but can it perform well if you have the right role? I think so. Alright guys, looks like we're at the end of the video. Just wanted to cover 3 things with you. Number 1, about support. If you're looking for the number 1 best way to support me, there's a link below that'll take you to a 4-minute video that I made a while ago. If you want to go watch that, that'd be awesome. If not, it's definitely not going to hurt my feelings. You can also subscribe to the channel, like this video, share this video, follow me on social media with the links below, and all that great jazz. Number 2, regarding social media, I have a Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, and a few others. If you would like to keep up to date on Destiny 2 related content, be sure to use those links below to find me on those platforms. And number 3, going over the clan, if you're looking to join my clan, we have some spots open on all platforms. We're looking for active players and community members in the Destiny community, and typically we like to play casual PvE and PvP a majority of the time. I'm definitely all about that solo grind, but I'm willing to definitely play with people in the community, like definitely willing to do that. If you're looking to join, there's a link to the clan page on the Bungie.net site below, and all you have to do is request to join and I'll approve it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We'll catch you next time.